What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So, today I want to talk about taking things as the gospel truth without having done the research or putting it through a vetting process to see exactly how we came to this conclusion. So let's get into it, right? Quote of the day. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reasons for existence. Albert Einstein. Song of the day. Oceans by Dusty Grant. So, I'm not gonna lie, mainly I wanted to do this quote because of the things that I've seen on the internet the past few days. Just stuff that is just absolutely false. You know, there's a lot of things that I can go into, a lot of analogies that I could use, a lot of situations that I can speak to. But what I want you to understand for the most part is just because you read something doesn't make it true. There was this time and this belief at one point that when we saw something in a book, when we saw something that was posted, that was public, it had gone through a vetting process. It had gone through a process of seeing where the research went from, a process of seeing the structure and the formula to get to this. And it's just understand that that is not the case. Just because something is in a book, in a magazine, in a newspaper, on TV, on social media, comes from your friend, it doesn't mean that it's true. We need to continue to ask questions of why. You want to do this? Why do you want to do this? You believe this? Why do you believe this? You think this is true? Where did you get that information from? What was their source? What processes did they go to arrive at this conclusion? We have to understand that there's some people out there who are having a narrative of they just want to entertain people. They just want to be in front of the camera. They just want people to come to them and give them attention. And that's all fine and games. I have no problem with people that is their intention is to be at the top of the entertainment pedestal. There's a place for entertainment in our society. There's always been a place for entertainment throughout our existence as human beings. Helps us pass the time, helps us take our mind off of our problems, helps us escape reality for a brief moment and then go back so that we can recenter, rethink, and refocus. However, when you're telling people that something is factual, that it's absolutely true, and it's not, and you're doing it just for the sake of entertainment, I have a problem with that. And I have a problem with people who just believe anything that is told to them. You should ask the question of how you got to that solution. One of the great examples is in school, right? Or at least when I was in school in a math class. There was always a math formula, and then there was, what is the answer? And then at the end of the sentence, it was show your work. And that is always my mentality. This isn't a multiple choice question. I'm not going to say A, B, C, or D. Pick the choice and tell me which one is correct. I'm just going to put a question there, and I want you to tell me the answer. And I want you to tell me how you got to that. This is very dangerous when we pick people who are leadership. This is very dangerous when we pick people that are mentors. It's really dangerous on anybody in your life, but especially those who we choose to follow. You should be able to ask your leader. You should be able to ask your supervisor. You should be able to ask the person that has power over you a question of why, of what's the end goal? How do we come to this conclusion? Why is this the best process? That person can't explain that. You know, this might make someone upset, but they don't deserve to be a leader. You should be able to articulate your plan, why we're doing the plan, and if you can't do it, you should have somebody on your team that can. That part of being a leader is never going to be excusable to be able to say, well, I can't do something, therefore it's okay for us not to have that area covered. It's not in my repertoire or my understanding of that knowledge, so it's okay for us not to have it. It's not. If you know as a leader that's a weakness of yours, if you know that that's something that you can't go into, you can't break down, then you should have people on your team that can. So just want you guys to be cautious of that. I wanted to help someone out there. I wanted to spread that energy, spread that understanding, spread that information, that mindset. That mindsets are the most infectious things in the world, right? So hopefully that's something out there that will help you, because it's something that I've fallen into in my younger days. What I was raised in a culture that when asking questions, it was seen as rebellion. When asking questions, it was seen as insubordination, as talking back, as questioning authority. When, in all honesty, you should want people under you that are naturally curious, that are trying to think of better ways to do things, that have a curiosity and a wanting to understand the process, so that they can better understand the people that they encounter, and therefore increase our following, increase our goals, make our things more smoothly, because now we can all articulate why we're doing what we're doing. All right, guys, I need you to take care of each other. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Please take care of yourselves. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.